grateful to Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji for supporting PCI and the Global FinTech Festival from inception. She has been a true champion of Indian digital payment industry and has always been accessible to us to resolve many of our industry's issues. Under her visionary leadership, our country has made remarkable strides in financial technology, championing initiatives that empower citizens and foster innovation. Her commitment to creating a robust regulatory framework has been instrumental in nurturing the fintech ecosystem, making India a global leader in this space. I now invite Chris to say a few words. Please, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishwas. Let me also add my welcome again to all of you, delegates, partners, overseas delegates, friends of GFF2025, media personnel. And as I said in the morning, we have worked very hard to create a wonderful program for you for the next 3 days. We worked hard to put together a platform that allows us to deliberate and come out with ideas and plans for the future so that we can create a financial ecosystem, not just in India, but to the world, that's inclusive, that's driven by technology, and that allows us to look at a platform that leverages the best in the world. Now, India is one of the brightest spots in the global economic landscape. It's the fastest growing, stable, large economy in the world. In the last few months, India has reduced income tax for the middle class as well as streamlined and simplified indirect taxes. This leaves more money in the hands of consumers and boosts economic activity. This market, of course, is attractive to the rest of the world because of the 1.4 billion consumers. India is also a source for talent and more innovation for the world. India has leveraged technology for public good and inclusive growth. In AI too, we embrace technology and understand that has to be used responsibly. The government and regulators, along with industry, have created an ecosystem that nurtures innovation and entrepreneurship. The explosive growth in the fintech space is the result of these. This platform is a result of this collaboration. It is in this context that I welcome the leader who has catalyzed this growth combined with stability. And it's my privilege to request Honorable Finance Minister of India, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, to inaugurate GFF 2025 and deliver the inaugural keynote address. Ma'am.
Sure.
Good morning, and what a energetic gathering. Thank you, Chris, for inviting me to be here. There's so much happening among yourselves, but I thought I'll just touch up on a few things which are happening from the government side. When it comes to talking to business, when it comes to talking to people in research and technology, we like to remain in the fringes and watch. We like to remain in the fringes and help where we are asked to come in. And that broad guiding principle derived from Honorable Prime Minister's guidance that we have to enable businesses and not interrupt in their progress. And that is what brings me here with a sense of hesitation that while I like to benefit from the conversations which are going to happen here, equally I'm not here to say, oh, the government has come to inaugurate. No. It might be the way Chris has put it out, but I'm here to just let you know what we have done till now on the request of the industry and what we will want to take away from these 2 or 3 days deliberations. So take what I speak in that spirit. So formally, it gives me immense pleasure to be here, especially in its 6th edition of the Global FinTech Fest. Actually, over the years, it has gathered so much momentum that it has truly evolved into a global forum and an assembly of accelerating collaboration and shaping the international discourse on the future of financial technology. It also sort of reaffirms India's ascendancy as a global fintech leader and setting benchmarks in innovation, in scale, and in inclusion, while strengthening the collective resolve to shape finance as a force for global good. There are observations which one can always immediately make when you do it for the global good, when you do it as a public infrastructure. The simple motive is that it should be for the public good, and at no point in time it gets weaponized. It is important to constantly remind ourselves that technology cannot be, in that sense, truly mastered, but having obtained certain proprietary rights over some parts of it, we should refrain from weaponizing it. I'm purposely adding this one line because constantly globally we see technology advancements sometimes being turned inward, that global progress itself gets questioned because of weaponizing it. So the Global FinTech Conference that you're holding 2025, this edition, with its timely theme, Empowering Finance for a Better World, powered by AI, captures the spirit of the moment as we harness the potential of artificial intelligence to build a financial ecosystem that is more inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. FinTech in India is not a niche urban convenience. It is a nationwide enabler of economic empowerment. FinTech in India has again not merely digitized payments. It has democratized finance. It has transformed financial access into a public good, empowering millions to save, invest, borrow, and ensure themselves with dignity and transparency. India's journey in innovation and adoption with respect to new financial technologies is a story of unprecedented transformation. The scale of this transformation can be best understood through the numbers that define it. In a span of a single decade, we have connected a population equivalent to that of the entire European Union to the formal banking system, opening over 56 crore Jan Dhan bank accounts. India is now ranked third in the world for the number of fintech companies and also leads in digital payment volumes, having processed over 18,580 crore UPI transactions worth 261 lakh crore rupees in 2024-25. Nearly half of the world's real-time digital transactions happen in India with adoption rates of 87% compared to the global average of 67%. Government of India has leveraged digitization by introducing direct benefit transfers as a system for all its social welfare schemes, which has significantly actually boosted the welfare efficiency by reducing subsidies and leakages. It has resulted in a savings, which is worth mentioning to this August gathering. The savings is 4.31 lakh crores of Indian rupees. And between 2014 and 24, this is the saving of 4.31 lakh crores because of DBT being adopted completely by the Government of India, 16-fold rise in beneficiary coverage. So not just your saving, but actually you've reached a larger number of beneficiaries. Technology has facilitated it for us. So a shift from paper-based disbursals to direct digital transfer has ensured that public funds reach the people that they are meant for and not for ghost entities. So the DBT model presents a valuable lesson, and as the first spark, I would say, it can also absorb a lot more better technologies, better innovations, better ways of handling technology, and so on. You have a world out there for you all to be innovative, even about improving the DBT's efficiencies. So the contributions of startups, engineers, entrepreneurs, investors in this have been immense. So the Government of India's policy has actually to play its role in nurturing the growth and innovation of fintech sector through a balanced approach, balanced mix of policy support, digital public infrastructure, and forward-looking regulation has actually shown the results. I'll list, instead of getting into details, Aadhaar, UPI, Account Aggregator Framework, DigiLocker. All of them have really decisively changed the contours of how public finance is handled for the betterment of the citizen. India has actually stepped decisively into the global AI arena with the launch of the $1.3 billion India AI mission. It is a comprehensive strategy spanning the entire AI value chain. And that is the reason I first of all wanted to say that amount not in rupees but in US dollars. Commissioning of 34,000 GPUs at concessional rates to spur innovation across startup ecosystem, researchers and academic institutions. Launch of the AI, which is India AI Data Sets Platform, AI Kosh as it's named, incorporating 2,000 plus verified and indigenous data sets, use case across sectors, and sandbox environment. Supporting development of 4 foundational LLMs that cater to India context by supporting vernacular languages and are multimodal in design. Setting up 4 centers of excellence and India Future AI Skills Program to boost India's AI talent pool. So these are first lot of steps that we have taken with the AI, meaning India AI mission. Now a word about the GIFT City. GIFT City is a bold vision an initiative of the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, even when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Now it is in a full bloom. It presents immense opportunities to the fintech sector. GIFT International Fintech Innovation Hub is the city's fintech incubator and accelerator, where fintech startups can secure funding, obtain legal guidance, and scale their businesses. It has a network of industry experts, investors, mentors, and corporate bodies that will help fintech drive innovation and support them for their growth. Fintechs must leverage, I'll appeal to you all, you must leverage opportunities in the GIFT City. In this context, I am pleased to launch today the foreign currency settlement system in the GIFT City. So that tells me I don't need to explain what it is. You're quite aware of the importance of such a step, and I'm indeed grateful to the GIFT Authority who are all present here for having come forward on this. So, for those of us who would like to hear what exactly it is, transactions in foreign currency by entities in IFSC are currently settled through the correspondent banking arrangements, which is routed through different participants and multiple nostro banks. Such transactions are not settled on a real-time basis and usually settled with a lag of up to 36 to 48 hours. That's the present story. But the foreign currency settlement system, which gets launched today, seeks to solve this problem by doing a few things. One, facilitating seamless and efficient settlement of foreign currency transactions within IFSC on a real-time basis, not 36 hours, not 48 hours, just as it happens. Enhancing liquidity management and operational resilience. Ensuring compliance with regulatory oversight under the Payment and Ensuring Settlement System Act, that is the PSS Act, by the IFSA, the authority which is there. So, the FCSS will be a payment system within the IFSC designed for settling transactions in foreign currency on a real-time or near real-time basis. So I congratulate the IFSC on taking this kind of a forward-looking step. So with the operationalization of the FCSS, GIFT IFSC will now join a select list of financial centers that include Hong Kong, Tokyo, Manila, and so on, that have the infrastructure to settle foreign currency transactions locally. So together, these initiatives spanning policy, infrastructure, AI, innovative culture, and also regulations illustrate how Government of India has laid the groundwork for a vibrant, inclusive, and forward-looking fintech ecosystem that is powering India's rise as a global fintech leader. We have also been working to strengthen the factors that support functioning of GCCs in India, including framing appropriate policy framework. India's 1,800 plus global capability centers are at the forefront of the country's remarkable transformation into a powerhouse for technology-driven innovation and impact. Over the past decade, India's GCC landscape has evolved from cost arbitrage hubs into high-value engineering, R&D, and innovation centers particularly in the banking, financial services, and insurance domain, the BFSI as you use an acronym. India's fintech GCCs are enabling multinationals to, one, launch new digital financial products faster, reduce costs and time to market, and deploy AI-led financial services at a global scale. So India offers an unparalleled opportunity for fintech GCCs to scale innovation as we have a deep talent base and also a favorable government policy. India offers access to cost-effective and high-quality technical, entrepreneurial, and financial services talent pool. Global financial services leaders have immense potential to build, to scale, and to transform from India through setting up fintech GCCs that not only serve the world but also shape its future, the financial architecture. The theme of the GFF 2025, Empowering Finance for a Better World Powered by AI, is apt given the rapid developments in AI across the world. Just as the internet and mobile technologies defined the first chapter of fintech growth story, the next, or what is being shaped now by AI, blockchain, and intelligent finance. Sorry. Fintechs must use the technologies to design better product and services. Thank you. Next. So fintechs must use the new technologies to design better product and services. They must also continue to enhance transparency, predict risks better, and personalize services responsibly. So India contributes 16% of global AI talent and is among top 3 talent markets. Indians are the second largest contributor to public Gen AI GitHub projects. It is estimated that all AI-enabled GCCs will, in all likelihood, contribute 30 to 35% of revenues of the India's AI services market by 2028. 30 to 35% of revenues of the India's AI services market by 2028. The potential for becoming the global hub for India and for building various AI products and services is very high, is not an exaggeration. Given the large population, with nearly 650 million smartphone users, we should create scalable models for sectors beyond finance, such as healthcare, education, agriculture, MSMEs, exports, and so on. India can also build AI products that fit diverse use cases across the world. It can be a laboratory for developing and testing AI aids. Our AI stack must be rooted in Indian languages, local contexts, and multimodal interfaces so that it can be widely accepted and accessed by our citizens. Focused approach across the AI stack can make India the AI torchbearer for the global south. So as this new wave gathers momentum, fintech innovators, investors, and regulators all have a shared responsibility to build systems that are not only innovative, but also resilient, secure, and inclusive. Undoubtedly, artificial intelligence is transforming finance, transforming governance, and also everyday life. But as we harness its powers, we may remain conscious that technology must always serve humanity. Even as AI opens extraordinary possibilities, we must confront its darker side. The same tools that power innovation can be weaponized for deception and for fraud. I'm not personalizing it, but I can say I have seen several deep fake videos of myself being circulated online, manipulated to mislead citizens, distort facts. It was a reminder of the urgency with which we must strengthen our defenses. The new generation of fraud is no longer about breaching firewalls. It's about hacking trust. Criminals are using AI to mimic voices, clone identities, and create lifelike videos that can manipulate people. So, in order to address the impersonation and false representation targeting investors, it is heartening to note that SEBI, in partnership with NPCI, has launched a dedicated @valid, which is a UPI handle for SEBI-registered investor-facing intermediaries, with category suffixes such as .brk for brokers and .mf for mutual funds. Major brokers covering over 90% of investors and all mutual funds have already enabled it. The @valid handle establishes a verified, secure payment channel in the securities market while preserving existing payment options, improving safety and accessibility without disrupting user preferences. So SEBI has rolled out SEBI Check, which allows investors to verify UPI IDs and bank account details, that is the account number plus the IFSC, of registered intermediaries across the UPI, NEFT, RTGS, and IMPS before initiating payments via the web portal and the Sarthi application. So the framework embeds responsible use of technology through privacy, preservation, verification, secure processing, audit trails, continuous improvements, which are informed by flagged mismatches and user reports. So, this is a good moment, I would think, to reflect on what kind of financial future we wish to build and how do we get there. So I have 4 messages, each with a few details. First, fintechs must essentially focus on the fundamentals, such as revenue growth, innovative product offerings, profitability, risk and compliance capabilities. So within that first message, I would like to add, as many of the fintechs mature, there will be challenges of meeting heightened expectations around financial performance and regulatory compliance, while continuing to innovate in the face of emerging competition. Focusing on fundamentals provides the cushion to continue innovating, investing in R&D, and weathering downturns. Firms that balance innovation with prudence can pivot faster and scale more responsibly. Sound risk and compliance frameworks help maintain customer confidence, which is critical for long-term survival. The future of reward will be the future will reward resilient innovators and not just disruptive entrants. The second message, global fintech revenues are projected to touch 1.5 trillion US dollars by 2030, in less than 5 years. But rapid growth also brings responsibility. In that, so in my second message, I'd like to say a few things more. In a country as diverse as India, with varied levels of literacy and digital familiarity, the shift from offline cash-based system to online fintech ecosystem comes with real challenges. Digitalization introduces significant challenges in terms of cybersecurity breaches, digital fraud, to unethical lending practices. As millions of citizens join the formal financial system, the focus must be to expand beyond innovation towards trust, safety, and inclusion. Speed and scale must walk hand in hand with safety. Regulations too must evolve, ensuring that the fintech revolution remains secure, responsible, and sustainable for the long run. My third message now, responsible regulation is not a brake on progress. It is a seatbelt for safe acceleration. Through the RBI regulatory sandbox and the self-regulatory organizational framework, SRO framework, we have created space for experimentation with accountability. These mechanisms encourage responsible innovation in a supervised setting. Work with the regulator. Share insights with from your plans and experimentation so that the next generation of fintechs can build on stronger and safer ground. My last and the fourth message, fintech sector must help cover the small remaining gaps in our financial ecosystem. What are they? Bring your creativity and technological prowess to solve the persistent challenges of credit access for our MSMEs, financial inclusion for our women and gig workers, and the development of innovative green financing and sustainability-linked products that can empower our transition to a low-carbon economy. After all, one additional observation, which many of you all would like to hear with a bit of a hesitation, AI itself requires huge power to run it. You need to have a sustainable green supply of the guzzler that AI is. We cannot overlook that fact. Help us build the tools that will power a secure, sustainable, and equitable future. So to conclude, 3 decades ago, in 1995, India's first ever mobile phone call was made between Delhi and Kolkata. What seemed like a modest technological milestone ignited a revolution that reshaped how 140 crore Indians live, work, and connect. Mobile phone has evolved from a luxury into an indispensable tool of empowerment. Now, it is now India's bank, classroom, and television, the centerpiece of its digital transformation, India's digital transformation. So as we move towards Viksit Bharat by 2047, we must all collectively ensure that technology continues to serve as a bridge and not as a barrier. It must deepen trust, safeguard privacy, and uplift every citizen it touches. To fight the newer challenges, from deepfakes to cybersecurity breaches, We need a whole of the society approach. All of us will have to be in it together to address that threat. Every part of the ecosystem has to play its role. The regulators, the fintechs, the startups, the citizens. Each of us must act with shared purpose and mutual trust. So our national mission must be to create a system that is not only the most innovative and inclusive in the world, but also the most trusted and resilient. So thank you for listening to me patiently. Wish you all the very best for the next 3 days.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing your visionary words with us all here at the Global FinTech Fest 2025. And now, ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, it's in fact now the time to mark a major milestone in India's fintech evolution with the launch of the Foreign Currency Settlement System, or FCSS, as ma'am had also mentioned earlier. And this at the India's maiden International Financial Services Center in Gift City, which is why now, on behalf of the IFSCA, we now invite the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, to please inaugurate GIFT IFSC's Foreign Currency Settlement System with a click of this button. All right, so before we do that, we'd also like to please invite on stage Shri M. Nagaraju, Secretary, Department of Financial Services, Shri K. Rajaraman, Chairperson, IFSCA, Dr. Hasmukh Adhya, Chairman, Gift City Co. Limited, and Shri Hare Krishna Jena, Managing Director, CCIL, and Shri P.D. Singh, CEO, Standard Chartered Bank, India and South Asia. To also please join the Honorable Finance Minister and our dignitaries on the dais.
Time, the one critical element that enhances the efficiency of all global payment transactions. And when a nation decides to accelerate the future, it begins with bold vision and unwavering leadership. Under the visionary leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Government of India implemented a bold and ambitious financial sector reform, establishing the maiden International Financial Services Center in Gift City and setting up the International Financial Services Centers Authority IFSCA as a unified statutory authority.
गिफ्ट सिटी के साथ इंटीग्रेट करेंगे तो आप पूरे वर्ल्ड के साथ इंटीग्रेट करेंगे.
Today, India takes a defining leap in global finance with the launch of the Foreign Currency Settlement System at Gift City, the technological breakthrough that transforms time itself. FCSS is a local foreign currency settlement system established at the Gift City, Gandhinagar. It is conceptualized and operated by CCIL IFSC Limited, which is a subsidiary of the Clearing Corporation of India Limited. 7 leading banks, State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Bank of India, HSBC and Standard Chartered have also participated in equity capital of the company. Powered by cutting-edge made-in-India technology from IFTAS, a wholly owned subsidiary of the Reserve Bank of India, and partnered with Standard Chartered Bank as the settlement bank, FCSS operates on real-time gross settlement model using ISO 20022 messaging standards. The system transforms what once required 3 hours to 3 days into 3 seconds, operating from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. with end-to-end straight-through processing from IBU core banking systems. Every participant is uniquely identified by an 11-digit Gift Foreign Currency System Code, GFCS code, ensuring seamless integration and traceability. FCSS features comprehensive sanction screening, high-level authentication with ID RBT digital certificates, and operates through IFSC Net, a secure, closed user group network designed specifically for Gift City's financial ecosystem. FCSS brings together CCIL's cutting-edge clearing expertise in domestic markets and Standard Chartered's global experience. FCSS enhances resilience, reduces settlement risk, and sets the foundation for multi-currency expansion, making Gift City the new backbone of global finance.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause with the launch of the GIFT IFSC's foreign currency settlement system. On that note, I also request the Honorable FM to please stay back with us, because we also now move on to another very important launch of the report, and this is where we will be also requesting for everybody's attention as we march ahead with the launch of the flagship report prepared by Boston Consulting Group in partnership with Global FinTech Fest. So for this, if I may please invite on stage Mr. Yash Rajarande, Global Head of FinTech and India Head Financial Institutions at BCG, to share a few words about this report before we move forward with the report launch.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Chris Sir, Chair, Vishwas, Sohini, and members of the GFF Advisory Board. It is not lost upon us that the Global FinTech Fest not only wants to set standards on innovation, on scale, but I think one of the most critical dimensions on which we want to really set the global benchmark is on thought leadership. And it is with this agenda that this year's flagship report has been constructed. It's a culmination of 6 months of effort, which captured the collective wisdom of 70 plus thought leaders around the world, 100 plus founders and investors who were surveyed, significant primary research, as well as a lot of analysis that has gone into representing what we believe is the voice of the industry as we think about the future of finance in the context of AI. Madam Finance Minister said something really pertinent on the dais today. She said that technology has to be in the service of humanity. And it is with that logic that the report is anchored convergence. While multiple other global thought leadership papers have spoken about AI, often it is quoted in the context of replacing humans. But what we have spoken about is the convergence of humans and AI to unlock the full potential. Now, Bharat and intelligence has had a long and ancient association. We have a new form of intelligence called artificial intelligence. But we still stand at the cusp of a major opportunity to combine our talent, our technology, our capital, and our scale to make path-breaking contribution to the future of humanity by leveraging technology of AI and finance. This report makes a set of important recommendations and findings for all the participants of the industry, for policymakers, for investors, and for the talent that is going to be investing their careers and making this their life's purpose. The first is that AI for all. We have to imagine that every citizen should have access to AI at an affordable cost. And we took the effort to build a blueprint which is available now after the report is released to all of you for free. And this blueprint talks about if we were to make AI available to an average human for ease of living, and if we were to make an AI CFO available to an owner of a small and medium enterprise as a CFO product, what will it cost? And madam, at today's scale of India, just today, we believe that after a detailed bottom-up assessment for something as low as 200 rupees per month, this can be made available to Indian citizens and Indian MSME founders. If we are able to scale up to all the working women, the self-help groups, to the MSMEs, 60 million MSMEs, and a fraction of those, even 50% of those adopt it, we believe the cost can come down to as low as 50 rupees. And that is something that truly only an India can provide. This will have integration into our DPI framework, the account aggregators, and also to the multiple government schemes which have been launched, which can be made accessible to the average Indian and the average Indian entrepreneur. The second is, we want to really throw a challenge, which is how can we solve the 220 conundrum? The 220 conundrum is that India generates 20% of world's data, yet we have only 2% of world's data centers, 5 gigawatts of capacity. If we are able to unlock this potential, it will create huge employment, but frankly, it is also an opportunity for us to become the data center capital of the world. And our assessment is that this is well within the reach of doing it. Third is, how do we unleash risk capital so that innovation flourishes in India? One of the most interesting facets about highly innovative markets is that for an idea which has a 10% probability of success, you can find $50 million of capital in literally no time. We believe in India there is 10 lakh crores of capital which is sitting, which with some very minor reforms can be deployed towards this purpose. And we have sized and we have a recommendation on how to make this happen. Fourth, we want to make the simple and important point that those of us who follow Mag 7, the magnificent 7 companies in the world, which represent roughly 4 or 5 times of India's market capitalization, they are actually not 7 companies. They have 1,000 companies. In the last 10 years, these 7 companies have done 1,000 acquisitions. If we have to make M&A accessible to India, then some of the moves that have already been made by the governor in terms of allowing financing to, by bank financing to M&A is a great move. But some minor reforms around legislation and how equity-based transactions are facilitated can really create massive liquidity in the market, and we have a 17x potential. And finally, the last point I want to make, my friend here is asking, is requesting that the time is up. The last point I want to make is on talent. A few decades ago, India created Indian Institute of Technology. India created the TIFR, which is the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. I think it is an opportune moment where we have created a blueprint for Indian Institute of Intelligence. And this Indian Institute of Intelligence, through collaboration with the industry, the academia-industry collaboration can really lay the foundation for the next round of innovation. Again, all the benchmarks and details are available in the report. I firstly thank the advisory board and the GFF for the opportunity for us to be part of this thought leadership effort this year and for the last 2 years. And I request all of you to take a look at the report, and we are welcome to your feedback. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, yes. The report, yes, please.
Firstly, thank you very much, Yashraj. And on that note, I also request you to stay back on stage as we will march ahead for the report launch. But first up, I'd also like to please invite the GFF Advisory Council to please come on stage. First up, may I please invite Mr. G. Padmanabhan, former Executive Director, Reserve Bank of India, and ex-Chairman of Bank of India, Shri Suvendu Pati of RBI. May I further please invite Mr. Ritesh Shukla from NIPL, Mr. Gopal Srinivasan, TVS Capital Funds Limited. May I also please invite Mr. Vibhav Hati of One Card and Mr. Srinivas Jain, SBI Mutual Fund, to please come on stage. Let's have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, along with all the August dignitaries, join in for the the launch of the report titled Convergence, Human and AI for the Next Era of Finance. Well, I thank Mr. Yashraj and the GFF Advisory for joining in. I now invite Ms. Sohini Rajola, Executive Director, Growth, NPCI, to propose a vote of thanks for this very exclusive and very important segment of the program.
Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, respected dignitaries on the dais, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all the delegates to the Global FinTech Festival, a very good afternoon. And it is my distinct honor and privilege to propose this vote of thanks to our Honorable Finance Minister on behalf of the National Payments Corporation of India. Madam, as the Finance Minister of the fourth largest economy of the world, we know how valuable your time is. And on behalf of the entire lot of attendees at GFF, we thank you for taking time out from your exceptionally demanding schedule. And I want to begin this vote of thanks by first thanking the policymakers of the nation for showing us a dream of Viksit Bharat. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam had said, "Dreams are not what you see in your sleep, but dreams are those that don't let you sleep." I think this dream, which envisions India as a developed nation by 2047, coupled with the on-ground policy support, has been the wind beneath the wings of the digital payment ecosystem in India. And we at NPCI are working tirelessly to manifest this dream by revolutionizing the digital payments ecosystem, not just in India, but also across the world. This is only possible with the active support and guidance of the government, the Reserve Bank of India, the hard work and collaboration of the entire ecosystem, and of course the participating citizens who place their trust to create a truly inclusive financial ecosystem. I just want to add one more point on you made some very interesting observations on the state of the AI ecosystem and the opportunities and challenges that AI places before us. We would like to let you know that NPCI is using the same principles, the same guiding principles, to set up not just the AI zone here, giving the opportunities to the budding AI companies of India to build AI models and systems for India, for our citizens, and which address the local and real problems. We will continue to build on that under the guidance of Reserve Bank of India. Just like no one could have envisioned, I think about a decade ago, that whether the biker in Leh or the pilgrim in Rameshwaram, what joins them and what connects them is the way they pay seamlessly. I think there will not be this, as we stand today at 2025, this will be the beginning, and in some time we will have the same AI models, which are also encapsulated in this report, which will be guiding us and actually making our lives more comfortable, resilient, and ensuring that we are protected from all the risks that you highlighted. On behalf of NPCI, PCI, GFF, ma'am, I once again thank you for your presence here. It's a true source of inspiration for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And with that, we once again extend our heartfelt gratitude and our heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Finance Minister of India, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, for joining us here at the Global FinTech Fest 2025. Can we have a huge round of applause one more time to thank Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji for her august presence here at the Global FinTech Fest 2025. We take those visionary words, we take that inspiration forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we march ahead with our immediate session that's about to begin. In fact, it's our next keynote address that's in store for all of you. So once again, I'd like to urge everyone to please be seated. And I'm going to urge all of you to please move forward, take your seats as we're about to gear up and get set for another riveting keynote address coming your way. And this is all about fintech diplomacy, building bridges for inclusive global growth. We have another esteemed speaker joining us this afternoon. So once again, we'll just hold on to it for a couple of seconds. I'm going to request everyone to please be seated. And I'd like to urge everyone to please move forward and please take your seats so that we can deep dive into the next set of sessions right away. Ladies and gentlemen, we also request you to please clear the aisle area. And meanwhile, we urge all our members of the audience who are still seated right behind, I'm going to urge you all to please move forward, take your seats. We're about to get up for our next keynote address, followed up with panel discussions coming your way as we continue focusing on the theme for this 6th edition of the Global FinTech Fest. I'd like to urge all the audience members who are still seated right behind, please move forward, take your seats. Thank you. And meanwhile, we also hope that you have managed to download the GFF app. This is where you can grab all the live updates, real-time sessions, schedules, all the speaker details as well, networking opportunities, and all the exclusive notifications. So if you still haven't, then please go ahead and download the GFF app right away. From closed-door roundtables to exclusive networking dinners, there's something for everyone here at GFF2025, which is why we'd also like to inform you that we have the Skepia Sundowner, which is a magical musical evening with legendary Shankar Mahadevanji. That'll be happening tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the Grand Theatre, which is why it is important to download that GFF app so that you can get an idea of all the updates, all the activities happening here at the Global FinTech Fest 2025. Once again, all the ones who are still standing near the aisle area or near the stage, I'm going to request you please take your seats right away. We have our next set of speakers all set to share their thoughts and their vision with you all. So I'm going to urge you all to very quickly please take your seats. And for those who have stepped inside the hall, I'm going to urge you please move forward and please take your seats. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. We'll have ample room for networking and all that and more in the pre-function area. But for those who are inside the hall, if I can urge all of you to very quickly please take your seats. All the ones who are seated right behind, if you can also move forward. Well, that way you'll actually get to engage with the speakers even more effectively, get to understand their vision. I'm going to urge everyone, please move forward and take your seats. For those who are still standing here, if I could request you as well to please take your seats. A humble request and a really quick request so that we can not just be on time, but in time in the way we schedule our sessions here at GFF. So all the ones who are still standing around the aisle area, I'm going to request you all very quickly occupy your seats. Our next speaker is about to come on stage and share his valuable thoughts. I'm going to urge everyone, please do take your seats. You know, the underlying theme always is around innovation. And even our next speaker is someone who truly stands for innovation and diplomacy, which is why, ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, all the ones who are still standing here, I'm going to request you, please do take your seats. It's a quick request. Our next speaker is also waiting to share his thoughts. All the ones who are seated are also waiting. A quick request to the ones who are still standing here near the stage. All the dignitaries near the stage, please take your seats. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate that. We're going to request every one of you, please do take your seats.